Hello and welcome to the Random Projects video of how to learn to write and speak Hebrew. So now we're going to be learning about the Hebrew alphabet. The first letter is Aleph, and it's actually a vowel letter, so it can be A or E. Then Bet, then Gimel, then Dalet, then Hey, then Vav, then Zayin, then Het, and Het is actually, when you see that, it indicates that you make a throat sound, so that's why you pronounce it Het. Then Tet, then Yud, which is Y or I, then Kaf, then Lamed, then Mem, then Nun, then Samech, then Ayin, then Pei, then Tzadik, then Kuf, Resh, Shin, and Tav, so in Hebrew there is 2 letters for T and 2 letters for S. It's kind of confusing where they go in, like, the words and stuff. They're put in, like, different words for different reasons. I'm not a scholar, so I don't know why, but I just write the words how they're spelled. So now we're going to be learning about the dots and lines that go under the letters to indicate the vowels. Some people that write Hebrew won't write these, and it makes it quite difficult to read, so I like putting these under. And first we're going to look at the vowel A. Up here you can see all the different ways that you can put it. It can be a line with 2 dots, so like a dash and then a comma, or a dash, or like a little short T. And this is an example. This is the word shalom, which means hello, goodbye, or peace. It's kind of a confusing word, but next we're going to be looking at the dots that indicate the vowel E. So you can see just upside down triangle dots, or just 2 dots side by side. It indicates the vowel E. This is where it is used, or this is a word that it's used in. Lechem, which is the Hebrew word for bread. The next letters we're going to be looking at are the letters that are used at the end of words. The first Hebrew letter we're going to be looking at is Mem Sofit, which originates from the Hebrew letter Mem, and an example would be in the word Hem, which means hot in Hebrew. The next Hebrew letter we're going to be looking at is Nun Sofit, which originates from the Hebrew letter Nun, and an example would be in the Hebrew word Ben, which means son. Now we're going to look at the Hebrew letter Fe, which originates from the letter Pe, and an example would be in the word Maf, which is the Hebrew word for map. The next Hebrew letter we're going to be looking at is Het Sofit. It originates from the Hebrew letter Het, and an example of it would be in the word Eich, which is the word how. Okay, now we're going to look at some actual Hebrew simple phrases. This first one is Ata ha-hem sheli ben. As you can see it written in the bottom left corner, that's the pronunciation, and below it's the translation, as you are my son. Next, the next phrase is Ani rotza ham lechem, and that translates to I want hot bread, with exclamation mark, because I put it there. Then the next Hebrew phrase is Tov ve'ata. This is if you're speaking to someone in Hebrew and they're like, how are you? You can reply Tov ve'ata, which means good. And you? This is the sentence that goes along with the previous sentence. This is Shalom eich ata, which is hello, how are you? I hope that helped you understand Hebrew a little bit more and maybe help you like be able to read and write it. Hebrew's definitely, it's an old language and it's very complicated. So I just suggest keep studying, and once you got your letters and you know how to write them and read them, it gets way easier.